Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this is video 15 in the playlist. So in this video, we're going to be setting up Applocker. So like I always say, please like, subscribe, share, and do all that stuff for the algorithm and all that good stuff. I guess I should say that in every video, but sometimes I get so caught up in the video and I forget to say that. But anyhow, in this video, we're going to be setting up Applocker in our 2022 server. We're going to go ahead and create a group policy. And we're going to do something simple. You can create it to block any application you want. But in my case, I'm going to do Internet Explorer, IE. And what we're going to have to do is once we set up the group policy, we're going to have to go onto the client PC, do a GP update / force. And before we do that, we're going to do like a little before and after and just make sure all of our steps worked. And we're going to go to a Windows 10 machine. I did add a Windows 10 machine to the infrastructure or to our lab. Obviously, you know how to add a Windows machine to the domain. So I didn't want to make a video on installing Windows 10 and all that. So I just made that in the background. And then the last thing we'll do is test the user to make sure everything is blocked and we're good to go, right? So let's go ahead and jump onto our DC. Let's go ahead and make this full screen. All right. So like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to create a group policy first. So let's go ahead and open up group policy management. And this is going to be across the domain. And we're going to go ahead and let me open up users and computers, AD. So I'm going to be applying this to the IT computers OU. You see Windows 10. I already did all that in the background. So you can go ahead and add Windows 10 machine to your environment. I did Windows 10 because it comes, with Internet Explorer, and I just wanted to test it. So, well, I think I said this in the intro video, all the way in the beginning of this series. And what I wanted to do for these videos is do like that preliminary network or help desk or system admin person. And I'm doing this on my laptop, and my laptop. And I want to go to my desktop really quick so you guys can see. Let me go ahead and open up settings for you guys so you can see what I'm working with. So let's go to system, about. So I'm running 32 gigs on this machine. So this is, not my beefy machine that you guys seen in a 2019 video series. I just want to show you guys that, I'm doing this on a local laptop that I wanted to do it so everyone and anyone can do this. So you guys can see that I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm not running any crazy server and all that stuff. All right, just wanted to get that out of the way. Maybe I should have said that, 12 videos ago, but it is what it is. All right, so let's go to group policy objects. And this is from all of our group policies that we have created so far. Let's go ahead and create a new one. I want to name this Applocker GPO. Okay, so we can go ahead and hit OK. And what we're going to do here is hit right click and hit edit. We're going to open up this bad boy. And this is going to be a computer. This is going to be a computer configuration. So under this, we're going to go ahead and set this up. All right, so let's go ahead and go to policies. And then under policies, we're going to go under Windows settings. Over. And then Windows settings, we're going to go ahead and do security settings. Okay, so under security settings, we should see application control policies and Applocker. Okay, so if we expand that, we see executable rules, Windows installer rules, script rules, package rules, blah, blah, blah. So the first thing I'm going to do before we actually get into this, I want to go ahead and create the rule enforcement. So what we're going to do here is create an executable rule because we want to have we want to have IE blocked, right? That's an executable. And you'll see what I mean shortly. So we're going to have this enforce rule. We can hit apply and OK. Okay. So under enforce executable rules, we're going to go ahead and right click. We're going to create default rules first. And this is going to go ahead and create all the defaults. Once we're good here, we can go ahead and right click on executable rules and we can create a new rule. Okay. So what we're going to do now, you're going to have this little wizard. So you can read this and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. We can hit next. And what the action that we want to take in this case, we want to deny, right? So I'm going to do it for everyone. But if you want to use a specific user, if you want to use a group, so you can just go ahead and browse out. This is like you would do an AD, find now, then find a user or group that you want to deny. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have everyone because this is just for the demo and teaching purposes. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit next. And the next thing I'm going to do here is there's publisher, there's path, and there's a file hash. I'm going to go ahead and create a rule to a specific path, right? So when we have this, we can go ahead and just uh, put this into a file path of IE. So let's go to next. So there's two things here. We have we can browse the file. So we can go to file, for example, in our case, Internet Explorer. But there's actually multiple applications running in here. So what we're going to do is cancel that. I want to go ahead and browse folder. Go to C, Program Files, Internet Explorer, and hit OK. So this is going to pretty much say everything that's in that folder, I want to block, no matter what, right? So that's pretty much it for this page. You go ahead and hit next. And then we can go to publisher. That's perfectly fine. And then you can add an exception if you want to, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and hit next. And you can put a description. You can just put like Applocker blocking IE. Okay. So now we can go ahead and create that. Okay. So let's go ahead and go onto our Windows 10 machine. Right. Let's go jump onto Windows 10. Give me 1 second. Let me. Good. Okay. So let's go ahead and make this full screen. Go ahead and log in. Right. So first things first, what I want to show you guys really quick, let's open up the services. In services, let's see if I can make this a little bigger. Click on the wrong thing because the mouse is too fast. Go ahead and do 150. All right. So in here, I want to bring over the services over to the right. So we have something here called application identity. So you can read the description. It determines, to verify an application. Disabling this service will prevent Applocker from being enforced. So by default, this is disabled, as you can see. So even if we have the application, excuse me, even if we have the group policy set as what we have now, this will not work. And I remember doing this years ago, and I Googled it and walked through a video. I don't remember. I think it was like maybe not a video back then. It was probably one of those Microsoft forms, and I did it, and it still wasn't working. And then I found something with the application identity. This was probably around 7 or 8 years ago now. But yeah, we have to have this enabled. So we're going to go ahead and add that to our group policy so we can simplify things. Just wanted to point that out because if you don't do this part, you will bang your head on the wall. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that really quick. All right, so let's go back up here to System. Let's go to System Services, Application Identity. It's not defined right now. Let's double click on this bad boy. Define this policy, and we want to set this to automatic. We just want to have it do its thing, do its magic. Okay, so now what we can do is let's go back to our Windows 10 machine. Okay, Windows 10. All right, so before we apply, I want to go ahead and open up Internet Explorer. It's opening. It's still good. I can still browse out to Google. Okay, it's working. So I don't know how I open this. Let's go ahead and cancel this. Whatever. All right, let's cancel this. All right, so it's still working. So now let's go ahead and open up a command prompt. And so let me bring this over. See how it's disabled right now. Let me bring this so I can see it. It's still disabled, right? So let's do a GP update. Force. So once we have that, it should start. Let's give that a moment to do its thing. Give this a, I don't want to restart yet. Let's go ahead and hit no here for me. And let's go ahead and refresh this and see if it starts. It hasn't started yet, so I probably have to reboot my machine. So let's go ahead and, oh, I'm so silly. First of all, I haven't linked the group policy. Getting ahead of myself, folks. Sorry about that. Let's go back to our domain. I got too excited. So let's go ahead and hit OK here. We're done creating the group policy. And no, sorry. It's a late night. It's almost it's 9:30 over here. So let's go ahead and link the existing policy, Applocker. Okay. So now that's applied. Now let's go back to our Windows 10 machine, do GP update slash force. Sorry guys, it's a long night, long day. Friday night, I'm making this video. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring that up. We'll give this a moment. Give this a second, results, blah, 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 blah. And I'm running multiple machines at the moment, so maybe it's gonna be a little slower than normal. All right, come on, you can do it. Okay, so I want to hit no, and let's go back here now and refresh this and see if the magic happened. There it goes. Now it's running. Now it's automatic. So our group policy has worked. All right, so let's just go ahead and reboot really quick. Restart this. And once we restart, that will conclude the video. But let's just test to make sure everything is good. At a moment. While that's doing its thing, let's just bring open the PowerPoint and let's recap what we did, right? So what we did, we set up a group policy to block Internet Explorer, right, with Applocker. We went to, obviously we did some other stuff, which is a bonus, right? We had to start and stop, create that identity service to make sure we're good there. So so Applocker is enforced. And then went to our Windows 10 machine. We did the GP update slash force. And then we checked on that service. It was running. And now we're going to reboot and test and see if we get an error on our, see, it's applying that policy. So we're going to give that a few seconds. So since this is, video 14, like if you guys are enjoying these videos as much as I am making them, if you consider, like, obviously consider subscribing. If you like my content, feel free to join. That just supports the channel. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, like and share. Just, it's just fun. And, for all the support for everyone has joined the channel, joined the InfoSecPat family. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Let's log in to my Windows 10 machine. Let's see if IE is being blocked. All right, so we have IE here. We'll give it a second. Boot. Let's click on it and fingers crossed. It's still working. That's really strange. That's really strange. That's really, really strange. Let's try to reboot one more time. And I want to go double check the, go ahead and double check this policy. I'm pretty sure I got it all, but obviously it's always good to check. Go ahead and go back down here to application control, Applocker, enforce the rule. Yep, it's enforced. Executable, deny everyone. It's denying everyone. Okay, so everything looks good. Let's just give that another reboot and see if give it one more. I want to do one more GP update. Sometimes, obviously in the VMs and the VM environment, sometimes you just have to double check or reboot a few times just to make sure everything is good. And while that's doing its thing, I did apply it to the IT computers. Let's go back into AD. My Windows 10 machine is in there. Refresh this. It is in there, so we're good there. So let's go back to Windows 10. Okay. Let's try to just open it up now. It's still opening. Go ahead. And I want to try to see something really quick. So everything in here should be blocked. All right, so let's go ahead and reboot one more time and see if the magic happens. I just want to triple check this because, you know, everything looked right, but you never know. Like, computer-based policy, when apply it to a computer, right? So go open this up. It's always good to triple, quadruple check your work. Application control, app blocker, suitable rules. All this stuff. Deny. To make sure everything is good. Deny. Select everyone. The path is going to that. Exceptions. There's no exceptions. Right? And let's close this. Let's go ahead and go back to our Windows 10 machine now. I'm sorry, guys. I just want to show you guys that this works. And if it doesn't work, obviously this is the way you do it. Maybe I can try to do a different application, but this is how you do it, right? Obviously, I want to show the proof of concept and that it works. Let's try this again. Let's click it. It's still opening, which is really, really weird. You know what I want to do? I want to do this just for sanity's sake. I want to go back to my DC. I think I have Internet Explorer in here, right? Okay, so I want to go ahead and open this on my server. Ask me later. I want to show you guys in this. So what I want to do is open up group policy again. So X out of here. So what we're going to do is X out of here again, X out of the policy editor. Now let's go ahead and just open up group policy. I'm going to go ahead and pin this as well. All right, so where is this server? This DC is probably on the domain controllers, right? Okay, so what I want to do is I want to apply this as well to the domain controllers, right? So when a link an existing group policy, Applocker, and then I want to do a GP update. Before I do that, we can see Internet Explorer opens. So I'm going to do a GP update /force on my server. And if it doesn't work on the server, I don't know what to tell you. I'll try it on the back end with some other tools, but that's the process. The process is there. Let's go ahead and just reboot my server really quick. And once this is rebooted, we should be good. I really want to keep my fingers crossed now, because now I don't want to look like a dum-dum. So let's get a drink of my green tea. Obviously, this is a pretty long video just for a group policy setup, and I didn't want to cut it short because I want to actually show you guys that it gets denied, right? I want to show you guys what it looks like. I'm not going to give up. I want this to work. So it didn't work on my Windows 10 machine, but let's see if it works on the server. Applying the settings, so it's applying that group policy to the server now. So that's why it's going to take a little bit to reboot and start up. So, moment. I'm really bummed. I don't think Windows 11 comes with this preloaded. Let's go and check it out. Well, that one is, because Windows 11 is in that in that OU. Let's go ahead and just check. I'm curious. So there's Internet Explorer here. Let's see if I open this up. It still works. I guess I haven't done group policy GP update. Let's do a GP update here real quick. Just, I'm really like gonna fight this. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to our Windows server, and let's go ahead and log in. See if one of these things work. Let that boot up. And fingers crossed when that boots up that this thing gives us a error saying want Internet Explorer is not going to work. There we go. Perfect. It worked. So this obviously this app has been blocked by your system administrator. So this is what the result you should get. So now we can conclude the video. Thank you so much for viewing. Please like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. And we got it to work. So teamwork makes the dream work, right? So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for the next one.